everyone. Today we are going to be talking about PG Psycho Goreman. Let's talk.
Goreman. It was nice meeting you.
It would be nicer if you were dead.
So Psycho Goreman came out in September of 2020. It's directed by Steven Kazansky, and it is a one-of-a-kind movie. I actually found out about this movie from the critically acclaimed podcast network, which hosts William Bibiani and Whitney Seibold, and they were just praising this movie up and down, and I couldn't wait to see it. So last year, when I actually was out of work with COVID, I rented it, and it blew me away to the point where I went and bought the physical copy, which you have over there. And then today we sat down, and Matt saw Psycho Goreman for the first time.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was a really good movie. It was funny. It had a real 90s vibe to it, which we are big fans of here. You can't go wrong with that. It's actually a Shudder exclusive. It says that in the opening credits. Shudder's that horror-only streaming service. And I really like that they're putting a lot of their stuff out in physical media form, so for people who don't subscribe could get it on physical. So that was really cool. But as far as the movie goes, again, that 90s vibe was really cool. It had a killer soundtrack, it got a lot of 90s music, and great casting. It was all around a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, speaking of the casting, the lead is a young girl named Nita Josie Hanna, who I have never seen in anything else but this, but she is phenomenal.
Yeah.
She really steals the show.
She's basically the lead.
Yeah.
The lead of the movie, right?
Yeah. Horror PG, but yeah, I loved it. I loved her. I loved, I think his name was, something Brooks plays Greg, the father.
The dad? Oh
yeah.
my god, yeah, he was hysterical.
Yeah. Like, it feels like a mixture of Power Rangers, Three Ninjas, and, like, sci-fi movie. It's weird. It even feels like a 90s movie that was filmed in 2020.
And they used all practical effects for the most part. There was some CG, but there was a lot of practical effects.
And
a lot of clay and stuff like that. And it looks so cool. And then to see the old CRT TVs, the kids were playing Nintendo 64. The dad, Greg, he had a single cab dually Chevy pickup truck, and it's just all the square body model, and it was just really cool to see all that retro 90s looking stuff. It was definitely a love letter, like you said, to the 90s.
Yeah, like if viewers with a keen eye will also notice that at one point in the movie, it's been in a lot of posters, is PG or Psycho Goreman is wearing what's his name's outfit from freaking...
Dr. Grant.
Dr. Grant's outfit from...
he looks like the guy in Jurassic Park.
He's got the sunglasses, he's got like the scarf on his neck. Yeah. If you didn't notice that, or like when he's killing the one cop, he makes the noises like the guy who gets hit with the acid in RoboCop, but then the gun forms to his hand like in Videodrome. So you could tell like what he was going for was for a love letter to the movies he loved or the TV shows he loved in the 90s, and you know, we're on board for that just right away.
Right.
So.
And there was another little Easter egg quote. I'm not sure if it is. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. But I think towards the end of the movie, the father, Greg, said, "Oh, I remember when this was a shoe factory." I don't know if that was a shout-out to Jumanji. I like to think it was because I like Jumanji.
It's just a perfect 90s movie,
yeah,
90s, so it would fit right up the alley with everything else that they were going in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just really fun. It was funny. You know, this is a movie that I you know, if I didn't hear about it on the podcast, nobody was mentioning this movie last year, and it's just going flying under the radar as just like freaking Toxic Avengers or Killer Clowns from Outer Space or Jack Frost from the 90s, like one of those kinds of horror movies, but this has a lot more love in it than those, even though I love all those, and I really feel like if you haven't seen Psycho Goreman, try and seek it out. It's got a physical release, which is really cool, with a nice slipcover on it.
I think it was only about $15 from Best Buy for a couple days.
Yeah, and it looked and sounded good, had a lot of bass on it.
Oh my god, yeah, the soundtrack, they went heavy on the bass. This is, I mean, as far as like an audio track altogether, I wouldn't say reference track, but the bass, it was shaking the picture frames on my walls, and I have not had a movie do that yet. I don't know, maybe it's too much, it's a little overkill, but if you want to test your bass, this is definitely the movie to put in.
Yeah, no, I can't say enough good things about Psycho Goreman across the board. I had a lot of fun. I've been praising it for about a year now and trying to tell everyone I can to go see this movie because I feel like it just hasn't been noticed, and that's a shame.
Itch.
No, I understand that.
But yeah, overall, we don't want to really spoil it too much because it is a great movie, and if you're a fan of 90s nostalgia and just, I wouldn't say a B horror movie, but it's definitely not a top scale horror movie. It's not even really a horror movie. It's really like a kid's adventure almost. But again, we don't want to spoil it for you. Go ahead and go check it out.
It's a very underseen movie, and I feel like us making this video is to tell you to go out and see this movie. And and once you see it, just tell the world about it if you love it, like we do. So I'm gonna give Psycho Goreman a 9 out of 10. Matt, what do you?
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I love this movie. I really can't say I can't say a bad thing about it, other than some of it is like it's a low budget movie, and sometimes you could tell it's a low budget.
But that's part of the charm.
It is part of the charm, but like sometimes you could see where corners were cut, and I can't give it a 10 out of 10 for that. But trust me, I can't recommend it highly.
I think it's gonna be like a cult following status movie.
Yeah, we just gotta get eyes on this. Because none of these people have Wikipedia pages or nothing when I was doing my research for this. It's very, very underseen, and it's a shame because it's a well-made movie and it's great.
No, it was good. It was very good.
So
it's not a crazy story, but it was.
No, it's fun.
It was fun. Yeah. It's a Saturday afternoon movie. It was really funny.
Yeah.
I guess I would give it 7.5 to an 8.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so maybe an 8.
Yep.
We'll round up to an 8. Just a quick little overview of the physical copy. Again, big sucker for slipcovers. And one thing I did like, I don't know if it's a RLJE puts this out. So they make some nice stuff, and there's a nice little double-sided insert so you can have some artwork on the inside.
Which is a very undervalued thing.
Yeah, I love that. Especially with the clear cases.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And then they actually have a little officially licensed merchandise, which is pretty cool. You get some action figures, some shirts, some cups, a dodgeball. That would make more sense after you've seen the movie.
Or a crazy ball.
Crazy ball, yeah. That would make... that's actually really cool. The one of those blow-up things that you punch and goes back and forth with the weight in the bottom.
It's the dad, isn't it?
Yeah. Toothbrushes. They went all out. There's some and there's some games.
I assume that this is supposed to look like a catalog from the 90s, like where you used
These
to
are all 90s toys in here.
Yeah.
So I mean, actually, I'm gonna look into that a little further, and maybe
yeah.
order
You guys remember when you were kids and parents sat you down with the Toys R Us stuff, circle what you want for Christmas?
Yeah.
That's kind of like what that's like. Yeah. I just noticed that. That's a pretty cool thing.
I might actually order some of that up. But anyway, back to the disc. It's Blu-ray only. There's no 4K release for this. It's got a DTS HD 5.1 master audio. And one thing I like about this movie, the runtime. It's a quick 90 minutes. I feel like we've gotten out of the 90-minute movies, and I like those quick, bite-sized movies sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like
everything
movies,
is 3 hours.
Yeah, they want to go for the 2.5 to 3 hours. Everything has to be an epic, which is unfortunate because there's nothing wrong with a nice 90-minute movie. You sit down, you enjoy yourself, and you're out.
Yep.
I appreciate a 2.5, 3 hour movie, but I don't need that every time I go to the movies.
This is not worth 3 hours. This is a perfect 90-minute movie.
This is a well-edited movie.
Yep. So Blu-ray, it's got good quality. RLJE puts it out. DTS 5.1 HD.
Support your small businesses when it comes to Blu-rays, guys. If you can
again,
afford it.
It's a Shutter release, so you can watch it on Shutter most likely, stream it, check it out, and if you like it enough, pick up that physical copy and support physical media.
Yep, and as always, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and tell all your friends.